So, good evening. We'll now proceed to our chapter 13 discussion. And chapter 13 focuses on the electrostatic interaction. So, let's start our discussion with the concept. So, the discussion will be divided into two parts. The first part is about electric force and electric field. Whereas on the other hand, the second part we will be discussing electric potential and potential energy. So to start with, uh, ang idea jud mismo sa electricity, it always comes from the behavior of the electric charge or ang nature nato sa electric charge. So electric charge are our fundamental particles or in other words, all materials exhibit or has rather particles that carry something what we call the electric charge. So if you notice some of the behaviors na usually na-encounter na nyo before, like for example, when you rub your comb and then you place it near bits of paper, you will notice na ang bits of paper will be attracted to the comb. And then we also have here somehow, when you rub a balloon against your hair, you'll notice also that the hair will be attracted to the balloon. And in some cases, when you have another balloon that you will kanang rub against your hair, the two balloons will repel with each other, or they will not touch each other. So these behaviors or these examples here that we see in daily life exhibit uh, or exhibit the characteristics of an electric charge, or it simply tells us there exists an electric charge. And based on these behaviors of our materials when they are charged, it means to say there are two fundamental charges nato. So uh, basically, what we see here is that, di ba, makita na nga there's an attraction between the comb and the bits of paper. There's also an attraction between the balloon, the inflated balloon, and the hair of the woman. And also we see that there's a repulsion between the two balloons after it was being rubbed against the hair of the person. So according to Benjamin Franklin, there are two kinds of electric charges. So this nga mo na reason nga nung maka-encounter tagding ani nga mga behavior nga akong ipakita dani sa slides. So we have a negative na charge and a positive na charge. And according to him, or according to this charge, or based on these charges, the interaction between these two the charges would then be defined as like charges repel while opposite charges attract. So meaning to say, if the same ang ilang sign, if both positive or both negative, then tendency is that those materials having same signs of charges, or same net charges, same sign of net charges, positive positive or negative negative, they will repel each other. And then on the other hand, if we have two materials that are of opposite net charges, that means say that they will attract each other. So in some cases, or in these cases, we can consider then here na somehow ang charges na to sa ato ang piece of paper din or some charges kaya ang na-charge naman jud nato dinhi karon sa ato ang sa ato ang com dinhi. Kaya I mean ang na-charge naman jud nato dinhi isa nga ato ramong com. So somehow there's an accumulation of some charges at this point near kung ahan na to gi-rub ang atong com, and katong nga portion karon is somehow mo it would attract the opposite sign of the charges that are on the bits of paper, just like what happened also here in the balloon and the woman. And in this case sad, in most cases kaning duha ka balloon, this has acquired the same charges kay of course ang tendency manggod pud ana sa kanang kung unsa nga charge ang ma-acquire sa isa ka material is mag-base jud pud na siya kung unsa siya nga material. So for example, for between hair and the balloon, most likely ang balloon is naa jud na siya ma-acquire nga some either positive or negative, and then ang sa woman pod, sa hair sa woman, it would be the opposite of what the balloon would have acquired. So since mao ra man gyapon ang balloon kay girab ra man gyapon nato against the hair of the woman, ang second balloon, so in most cases same ra ang charges nga ma-acquire aning duha ka balloon kibali, and that is why we could see that the two balloons would now repel each other. So mo nang idea na to dani karon for the nature of the electric charges or the interaction of these charges. Now, uh, here nganong makita man nato nga kuan or sana why do the comb and the pieces of paper attract each other and why do the balloons repel? In other words, as na-mention nako ganina kay di ba basically it's mao naman to ang interaction nato nga like charges repel and opposite charges attracts. So ang pangutana nato karon is that how do these materials become electrically charged? So giunsa man na sila pag-charge sa ilaha. So with that one, check we have to check the structure of our materials or basically the atoms that consist the materials nato para makita nato si behavior nato nga karon nganong maka-consider ta nga natay existence sa positive charges and existence sa atong negative charges. So something is happening within the structure of our matter or this atomic structure of our matter. So as we already know in your chemistry, for example, I think you have already discussed this one, that basically every atom contains three smaller particles. And these particles are, we have the electron, which is the negatively charged particle, and the electron has a mass of 9.109 times 10 to the negative 31 kilogram. On the other hand, we have proton, which is the positive charge in the atom, and its mass is 1.673 times 10 to the negative 27 kilogram. And lastly, we have neutron, which is a neutral particle or a neutral charge. It means to say it does not have any charge. It is not negative. It is neither negative nor positive nga charge. And the mass of the neutron is 1.675 times 10 to the negative 27 uh, kilogram. Notice that both the proton and the neutron are of almost the same mass. Aside sa the same silang mass, notice that ang atoa pong mass sa proton o sa atong neutron is definitely way much bigger than the mass of the electron. So meaning to say, gaan na jud kay ng electron. And as you can see on the exponent na to, you have negative 27 and negative 31. So the mass of the proton and the neutron is almost a thousand times than the mass of an electron. So ning anak gaan ang electron compared sa imong proton. And that's the reason why that in your chemistry before or in your other science subject before, it's always been said, it's always been discussed in your by your science teacher that the nucleus kay kabalo man ta nga ang ato ang proton ug ang neutron mao ni ang naa karon sa ato ang nucleus. So they are strongly bounded within the nucleus of the atom. And that is why sad nga sa una matong ginaingon sa inyong mga teacher nga the nucleus of an atom is very dense. So very dense, that means to say, nadara nakakonsentrate ang total mass or almost ang almost mass sa imuhang atom is almost concentrated at the center, which is at the nucleus. And here, this is not an exact scale na drawing sa ato ang structure sa atong atom kay dani I'm just making it larger nga murag makita nato nga natin neutron and proton at the center, pero definitely in reality if we try to view that in microscopically, ang imuhang size sa imuhang nucleus is 40 ra gyapon ang gamaya. So it's just very small gyapon ang size sa ang size sa imuhang nucleus compared to the orbits of the electrons. So gamay ra gyapon na dana in actual or in reality. Here I'm just showing you here a large na an sana unscaled nga sani kanang illustration of the nucleus kay I wanted to show nga na ang imong nucleus is consists of protons and neutrons kibali. So kana sila. So remember ha that your electron and I mean from the interaction na to ganina sad nga di ba like charges repel and opposite charges attract sad. So here definitely makita na to karon nga there is an electric force or there's an electric force or na electrostatic electric interaction between the protons and the electrons kay kabalo man ta nga the electrons will be attracted to our protons. So attracted na siya sa imong protons kay remember opposite charges will attract. So meaning to say, mao nang ang ato ang mga electrons kay mag-move in that certain around the orbits sa imuha or mag-orbit sa ato ang nucleus kay they are attracted to our positively charged nucleus nato which contains the positive protons nato. Now, so mo na siya. Now, on the other hand, mo na siya nga again take note nga ang imuhang electrons are attracted to our protons nato. Now, ang question nato karon, balik ko na to ang idea ganina sa akong ingon nga, if like charges repel, why is it then, since na-mention nako ang nucleus gamay ra man jud kay na siya, and dira nagkumpol ang imuhang mga positive charges then, why it is then nga ang imuhang protons sad karon kung atong hinanaon positive man kaha ang mga protons, so why is it that the protons in the nucleus do not repel each other? Nganong wala man nag-repel ang imong mga neutrons karon nga naa dito sa imong nucleus? So the reason for that is that within the nucleus there is a much stronger force that binds the protons and the neutrons, and this is the strong nuclear force. So mao ni ang reason nganong despite nga kabalutan nga like charges repel, the kana nga like charges repel, kana nga type of force is much weaker than the strong nuclear force. So kaning strong nuclear force is basically mao ning mura ginagamit natong concept how we create nuclear weapons or nuclear bombs kibali. So mo na siya ang idea, nuclear energy kanang sa ato ang mga nuclear power plants nato. So it's basically mo ang nuclear force ang ginagamit ana to harness those kind of power kibali. So in nature there are basically four fundamental forces of nature. So we have the gravity, you have the you have the electric force, and then we have the weak nuclear force or the weak force, and lastly you have the strong nuclear force. So again we have gravity, we have the weak nuclear force or the weak force, and then you have the electric force, and lastly we have the strong nuclear force. Now among those four fundamental forces of nature, ang gravity ang pinaka-weak. So siya ang pinaka-weak kaayo nga force. However, ang gravity siya pud ang naay pinakadako og range. So we need to say dako kayo span ang iyahang coverage gibali. Like for example, the behavior the forces that acts the or that governs basically the universe or the galaxies is gravity man na siya. So although it's very weak, so as you can see, it's beyond the Earth mismo. Ang scope sa imong gravity is beyond Earth lang. Pero in contrast, sa upat pud ka forces, ang imuhang pinaka-strong nga force din nga pinaka-grabe nga pinakadako kaayo ka ng impact nga force is ang nuclear force, ang strong nuclear force particularly. However, although siya ang pinakakusog nga force daan na pinakakusgan nga force, siya pod ang naay pinakagamay og range o pinakagamay og scope. So ang iyara pong scope is within the nucleus ra pod or within the nucleus nga dimension. So meaning to say, mo nang beyond the nucleus, mo naman ang imong orbit sa imong kwan karon sa orbit sa imong electron. So beyond that, wala na din siya involved karon sa imong electron. So dili na siya ni nga naka strong ang iyang effect beyond the nucleus of an atom. So ang imong nuclear force jud is uh, dako kay ang iyahang effect or dako kay iyahang interaction only within the dimension of the nucleus lang. But beyond that, it's already weak na dahil. So mo nang beyond that, na po na ang mo dominate na po mga force karon is ang electric force. Mo nang ma-attract na dahil ang imuhang ma-attract na din ang electron to your protons. But within the nucleus, again, the reason why that protons do not repel each other, or basically they still repel, pero di jud nanto makita nga di bulag jud kag maayo. Ang reason is because napa may mas stronger nga force karon nga murag mo overcome ato nga repulsion nila, and that is the strong nuclear force nato. So what happens now when uh, how do we achieve a positive or a negatively charged material? So normally, all materials are initially neutral. We need to say they have equal number of protons, kibali, and electrons. So just like for example, in this illustration that I have presented, there are five ka electrons and five ka protons. I just do not know my bad here is that nakalimot lang ko kung isa nga particular element ang naining-ani nga characteristic ng five ka protons and five ka electrons. So I'm just assuming here an example. I just kanang kuan on my own lang nga murag example na ko nga here for example we have five protons and five electrons. So when equal ra ang imong number of protons and electrons, then the material is said to be kanang kuan uncharged or simply neutral. So wala na namang charge. So normally ang mga materials nato if di kina nato na makita nga na interaction, na attraction or repulsion, at least say balance lang ang ilahang kuan ana, ang ilahang number of positive and negative charge, or particularly the number of protons and electrons sa iyahang atoms equal ra ibali. Now, what happens when the material undergoes charging? Like for example, kato ganina, katong ingon ako ganina nga example, katong i-rub na to ang comb against our hair, or i-rub na to ang ato ang balloon against inflated balloon against our hair. So it's a form of charging. So that is a form charging by friction to siya. Friction to siya nga example. So when that happens karon, di ba, in your chemistry, you do have what we call the outermost electrons. So katong mga outermost electrons nato, sila na pud ang may pinaka-weak nga electric force karon. So since weak man ang ilahang electric force, di ba ginatawag man nato sila valence electrons. So katong mga valence electrons nato sa imong atom, since weak naman ang ilang electric force, so tendency is when there is charging nga mahitabo karon, ang mahitabo diyan na karon is 9 chances nga mo give off or na ma-transfer siya from to the other nga material. And that process, as you have already discussed in your chemistry, is also what we call the ionization process. So, which is simply the transfer of electrons from one to another atom. So, in other words, there's a gain or loss of electron kay bali sa imong material or sa imong atom. So, during the charging process, for example here, let's consider this example. You have object A has 4 protons and 4 electrons, while on the other hand, object B has kanang sani 5 ka protons and 5 ka electrons. So when charging occurs, for example, in this case, na ay ang mahitabo karon when charging occurs, na ay transfer of electrons karon nga mahitabo danhi. So in this case, for example, manotice nato nga ang in this case kaning object A nato siya ang nag-lose og isa ka electrons. Kaya remember sa charging process, electrons lang ang mag-move. So only electrons ang mag-move. So ang imong protons is closely bounded man to sa imong nucleus, so dili jud to sila maka-escape sa imong nucleus. So ang katong valence electrons nato sa atong atom karon is mao to ang nag-move. So in this example here, you have object A, the balance of electron of object A is transferred now, has been transferred through ionization on the kanang sa second na to nga object B. So what happens here is that, as you notice, atong object A has now 3 electrons, while your object B has now 6 ka electrons. Therefore, there's already an imbalance of positive and negative charges on each object. As we see here, if by the way, sorry, I forgot to mention, I think I forgot to mention ganina nga ang charge nato, yeah, wala na ko nabutang. Ang charge nato, by the way, sa ato ang electron ug sa proton is the same na sila. The charge of the electron and proton is 1.602 times 10 to the negative 19. I hope nara ni dire nga slide. But then, let's just check later on. So as we see here, there's already an imbalance of a positive or positive and negative charges in each object, with object A being having more number of protons and your lesser number of electrons. So since mas daghan man ang protons na to karon sa A compared sa yung electrons, then we can consider that object A has now gained a positive na charge, or it has become a positively charged na object. In contrast, object B has become more negative na. So the number of protons in object B is lesser than the number of electrons in object B. And this is why here, ang object B po nato karon becomes the negatively charged na material. So it has gained more negative charge ibali. Although remember how walay nag-transfer nga protons, ang naitabulan diyan hinay nag-transfer nga electrons, making the number of charges not balance on each material. So moto, nakuhaan ang isa og electron, ang katong nakuhaan nabalhin man sa pika, so meaning to say ang isa nadungagan. So more electron ang isa, ang isa na deficient sa imuhang electrons kibali. So these charges also follow two conservation principles. So the first principle or first law is the conservation of charge, which states that the algebraic sum of all the electric charges in any closed system is constant. So ang sums tanang charges in a given na system is closed daw before and after the charging process. So like let's just use the example that I have given a while ago. So diba before the charging process ganina, we have object A having 4 electrons and 4 protons, while object B having 5 electrons and 5 protons. And if we add all the charges here, as you see, initially we have 9 electrons and you have 9 protons. So mo na itong case daan kay both initially equal gyapon na ng total electrons and total protons kay initially uncharged man ang duha. But after the charging process is done or after the charging process, we notice now that ang object A has 3 electrons and ang B has 6 electrons. But if we add them up, 3 plus 6 electrons is still 9. And similarly, wala may nag-change sa ilang number of protons, so it's still 9 protons gapon. So this is now what does the conservation of charge means nga before and after the charging process, the sum of the algebraic sum of all the electric charges in any closed system. Closed system, meaning to say, dili lang isa ka object. It means to say, katong mga object na nag-interact before and, during the charging nga process kay bali. So constant ra gyapon. So in any charging process, a charge is neither created nor destroyed. It's only transferred from one body to another body. So it's similar to your conservation of energy principle nga energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It's only transferred from one body to another body. So this is now the conservation of charge. The second law that these charges would follow is the quantization of charge. So mamuna na akong gipasabot kanina nga ang charge sa atong electron o sa atong proton is kani siya nga value. The magnitude of an electric charge of the electron or proton is a natural unit of charge. So it's a natural unit, meaning to say na ang iyang pinaka-basic nga value sa isa ka charge kibali. Ang isa ka charge is isa ka particle has a charge of the simplest unit of particle has a charge of 1.602 times 10 to the negative 19. C is now in column. So mo na nga to ang kuan ang sana ang value sa isa na to ka electric charge. So again, ang same ra na sila og magnitude, the electron with the electron being just the negative and the proton being the positive nga charge, the same. And ang neutron, obviously, kay neutral man siya, that means to say it's already zero the gihapon. Now, any observable amount of electric charge is always an integer multiple of the basic unit. So it's an integer multiple daw. So meaning to say, di ba, ka-remember mo to gatong gigon ako ganina katong nga ionization process nga kung mag-transfer ang imong electrons, say for example, na isa nga nag-transfer, isa lang, it's just an integer. Wala ta nag-mention or we do not have a situation in which maingon ta nga 1.5 electron has transferred to another atom. So it's always either 1 or 2 or an integer multiple. So mo na akong pasabot ani nga ang charge sa isa ka material would always be a factor, an integer multiple of the basic unit. So dili siya pwede nga murag ma-radical or even ma-fraction or sa kanang decimal ang imong values. You cannot say 1/2 of the electron has transferred or whatever man gani nga fraction nga value. So it's just always a whole number hibali. So for example, in this case, you have kato ganina, 3 electron plus 6 protons. So that would be, meaning to say overall, it's a total of 3 positive charges. So with meaning to say, ang total charge karon sa ato ang object A, karon, dani kay more protons naman siya. So that would be 4.806, 3 times the basic unit of charge. So you have 4.806 times 10 to the negative 19 column. While on the other hand, ang katong kanipod nga case, let's say for example, if this charge has acquired 2 more electrons, so meaning to say, uh, instead of having initially being 5 protons and 5 electrons, karon kay naka-acquire man siya kuan. This is just another example. This is not from the previous example nga akong ipakita ganina. So for example, again, if this second charge has acquired two electrons man, so that would be negative. So 2 times the charge of an electron, and that is now 3 negative 3.0204 times 10 to the negative 19 coulomb. And lastly, in this case, kaya makita na to, this is an example also wherein it's neutral. So 5 electrons plus 5 protons, that is just 0. So integer multiple, meaning to say it's simply a value of 1, 2, 3, or even the negative 1, 2, 3, including also the 0, kibali. So it's a basic, or it's an integer multiple of the basic unit of charge. So materials can also be classified as in their, on their ability to conduct electric charge or conduct electricity. So first one is we have here conductor, meaning to say these are materials which allows charges to freely move. And then we have insulator, which materials in which it does not necessarily mean nga dili nila i-allow, but somehow i-restrict nila ang movement sa ato ang charges diyan ha. So what happens here, for example, is that when an insulator is kanang charge, so para tong sa katong example na ko ganina katong comb, 'di ba? Or ang comb, or even ang balloon. Ah, those are examples of an insulator. Meaning to say, when we charge a part of that material, only that part kung ahan nimo girab ang na-charge, but the rest is still kuan kanang neutral pagyapon. Naman kay mga charges ato, pero only those portion ang murag na-disturb or nakuhaan og mga charges or nadungagan, but the other parts are still wala effect nga nahitabo. So mo nang dili kayo maka-freely move ang imong mga charges dana. But in conductor, sa conductor na to, once you charge any part of the material, ang mahitabo na to karon is that it will the charges are allowed to move all throughout the material, so it can spread, rather mo spread ang imuhang mga charges kibali na when they are charged na dayon. So that's the difference between a conductor and an insulator. So meaning to say the electrons in the conductor can now freely move from one atom to another atom kibali. And the third one is we have here, also we also have what we call the semiconductors, which are materials having properties in between insulator and conductor. So ang properties niya is intermediate between conductor and insulator. And semiconductors are very useful in our uh, technologies today. A lot of our technologies relied on semiconductor, meaning to say, particularly sa itong mga gadgets na to. So those our gadgets contain semiconductors, meaning to say they have the properties of being an insulator at sometimes, and they have also the properties of being a conductor at some point gyapon. So murag sana kanabitang gintawag nato nga ma-adjust kibali ang imuhang murag ang behavior sa imuhang material karon depending on the situation. So we also have here different charging process. So let's start with the charging by conduction. So charging by conduction is a process of charging process of an uncharged material that involves contact with the charged material. So this is the same analogy sa katong gidiscuss nato sa ah, katong sa chapter 12 nato nga conduction gani na dyo'y contact involved na. So for example, in this case, remember this is charging. This is a process in which a charged material uh, is in contact with the charged material. So for example here, we initially have an uncharged sphere. When you say the sphere has initially equal number of protons and neutrons within it, and then you have here a material which is already charged. In this case, this is a negatively charged na material. So when this material is now placed near the uncharged na material, notice that it will now follow the katong interaction nato nga ang like charges would repel and ang opposite charges nato karon would attract. So for this case, since ang atong rod is negatively charged man, the positive charges on the sphere would be attracted to the rod, while the negative charges would now be moved away from the rod kibale. And remember, this is in contact. So since in contact man ang duha na to ka material na to dinhi karon, the charges would now move from one material to another material. And in this case, kay since negative man ang ato ang rod, so means ang mga electrons nato sa rod mo transfer karon diadto sa sphere. And in doing that, when it transfer on the sphere, somehow it would somehow kanang i-neutralize dun yang uban nga mga positive charges diadto. So kung ma-neutralize ang imong mga positive charges, that means to say naa na din tay excess nga mga charges karon, natay excess charges sa ato ang sa atong conductor. And after na to i-remove ang ato ang rod karon, ang mahitabo is that ang katong imong mga charges dayon kay mo distribute dayon throughout the sphere. So mo distribute yun siya. So here in general in charging by conduction, notice di ba ganina negative ang atong charge. So negative ang atong charge ha sa atong isa ka ang rod nato. The object being charged is always left with a net charge having the same sign as the object doing the charge. So ang nagbuhat sa pag-charge is ang rod ganina, ang sphere ang atong gi-charge. And ang mahitabo daw during conduction nga process is that kung unsay sign sa katong nag-charge sa iha, mao pod ang sign nga ma-attain sa ato ang uncharged nga material. Negative ang rod ganina, negative pod karon ang imuhang sphere. So mananitabo. However, notice na since namin nag-transfer karon sa imuhang charges gikan sa rod padulong sa imuhang sphere, then that means to say na ang imuhang material nga nag-charge kay nag-lose og mga charges. So nakuhaan og mga charges ang imuhang charging material. Kay nabalhin man siya dito sa imuhang material nga imong gi-charge. So that's the idea of the charging by conduction. The other one is we also have here charging by induction. In contrast to conduction nga naay contact karon it does not involves contact here for charging by conduction. So almost the same process gyapon. The difference lang is that as we place the negative charge, same ra gyapon as we place it towards the sphere, it will still polarize the charges on the sphere, ibali. So meaning to say, iyang i-attract ang positive, and then ang iyang negative is i-repel away from the rod. And yan naray separation of charges nga mahitabo. Ma-separate lang ang positive charge and negative charge. I'm not saying ma-separate ang neutron o ang proton. What I'm trying to say here is that some of the electrons would now move away from where the rod is near. So ang mabilin sa pikas atong side nga murag duol sa rod is that atoms consisting of kanang more protons than electrons. So walay nag-transfer nga protons. It's just that naalay ang imong mga electrons adto nga side kay mas namalin sa pikas nga side kay bali. So mao nang ang murag sa diri sa left side nato kay it has gained uh, positive charge kay mas daghan ang kuanda na deficient of electrons ang diri nga part. So karon dian niya take note nga walay contact. So kani sa charging by induction, ang charging by induction sad nato dili sad ni siya ma-complete unless dili nato i-connect ang ato ang uncharged material dito sa ground. Kanami bitong makadung tag grounding sa atong mga wirings, di ba makabantay mo natay mga charger or natay mga connectors nga tulo ka ngipon ang ginasaksak sa socket. So ang isa dinha is ground na siya. So ang mahitabuan ng ground is that ang mga excess nga charges is dira na sila moagi padulong sa ground literally or sa earth. Kaya ang earth is also a very large conductor gihapon. Meaning to say earth can receive or can provide kanang excess charges kibali. So in this case karon, we'll notice nga ang atong mga negative charges karon kay mo somehow it will be transferred to the ground, so which will be obtained by the earth or murag mo transfer sila sa earth ibali. And ang mahitabo na dayon na when we disconnect afterwards, ang katong imong positive nga charge will then redistribute itself within the throughout the sphere. So ang karon dinhi ang difference karon sa induction is that ang object nga imong gi-charge maka-acquire og charge opposite sa ga-charge sa iyaha. So negative ang rad, ang nakuha sa imong sphere is opposite which is positive. And since wala may contact karon sa imong rad o sa imong sphere, wala nakuhaan og charge ang imuhang rad. So it's still has the same amount of charge gapon. Okay, remember induction is also only possible if we connect our uncharged material to the ground, allowing the excess charges or charges rather, some of the repelled charges to move through the ground. So meaning to say it would then be left with charge na opposite sa katong ga-charge sa iyaha. So muna ang idea sa charging by induction. Okay, so let's now proceed to Coulomb's law or the interaction between the charges nato. So here, for example, if you have two charges, positive and negative na charge, which are separated by distance r. So each of these charges would now attract each other by our interaction nga like charges repel and opposite charges attract. So ma-attract ni atong charges nato dianhi. Similarly sad if we have let's say two positive charges separated by a distance r gihapon, in this case they will repel each other. And same ra gyapon pod for another nga charge both negative charge nato mag-repel. So kani diri nga cases we have an example of an attractive force and a repulsive force, as we already know from the interaction, unlike charges repel while opposite charges attract. But how are these kuan or unsa may murag if unsa ka strong ang ilahang interaction diani? So ang interaction between these charges then is given by the kanang kuan by the Coulomb's law, which is that would give us the idea nga the electric force, according to Coulomb, Charles Agustin de Coulomb, the electric force between 2 point charges, 2 point lang ha, mean to say, the dimension of that charge is almost small enough na makakonsider ta nga murag naa siya dimension, naa siya radius or naa siya diameter. So the electric force between 2 point charges is directly proportional to the product of the two charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So it's given by this equation here nga F is equal to KQ Q sub 0 over R squared R hat. So R hat here is our unit vector. Simply direction na gyapon ni sa atong kwan. So ang magnitude niya is kanilang KQ Q sub 0 over over R squared. So kani siya. So take note that electric force exists between charges or electric charges even without direct contact. So natong keyword, ang electric force exists even without direct contact sa imong charges nato. So balik ta, we have the equation na F is equal to KQ Q sub 0 over R squared. So Q is the source charge. In the equation na to, we'll define some specific definition diyan. Ang Q na to diyan nga wala subscript is now our source charge, meaning to say siya ang gahatag sa force. So take note Q is the source charge, siya ang hatag sa force. Our Q sub 0 is what we call the test charge, meaning to say siya ang tagaan sa force. Siya ang ni-receive sa force nato. So, then R is the separation distance between the charges. And K here is what we call the Coulombic constant or the proportionality constant, which is equal to 9 times 10 or approximately equal to 9 times 10 to the 9 Newton meter squared per coulomb squared. And K is also equal to the equation 1 over 4 pi epsilon sub 0 here. So the epsilon sub 0 is what we call the electric constant. And in later we'll discuss the value of the electric constant. Unit vector are here. The r hat is the unit vector directed from the source. Take note, the r hat is directed from the source to the test charge kibali. So ay lang kay ni-mind ang direction sa kanang r hat gani. Later maghatag ra tag example nga kanang diretso na to siya ma-identify. Unsa man to pag-identify nga unsay direction sa r hat nato kibali. So repulsive for example kani diri nga case. Let's consider this situation here. Katong first na tong gihatag, we consider our Q1 which is the source. So siya ang gahatag sa force. So siya man ang gahatag sa force, ang iyang tagaan kay ang Q2 which is our test charge. So meaning to say, ang atong direction sa force nga iyang ihatag karon sa Q2 kay repulsive man, iyang ituklod si Q2. Iyang ipalayo si Q2. So in that case, take note ha, motong gingon ang R hat nato is from the source to the test charge. And then ang ato ang F1 on 2 kay again take note ha, F1 on 2, 1 on 2 ang atong test charge is ang 2, ang atong source is ang 1. Si 1 ang gahatag og source ang 2. So mo na siya. So take note that ang atong F1 on 2 is gidrawing didto sa kinsa ang gitagaan sa force. So si 2 man ang gitagaan sa force, so na dito ang drawing sa imong F1 on 2 kibali. So mo ni siya nga case nato karon. Ah Okay. Now, okay, I have also here, sorry, murag wala na kay nako ni na tarong ang kuan ani. Wala na ko na ang pag sani ang animation effect aning PPT nako. So notice sad nga mo ni siya matong gingon ang K na to kay 1/4 pi epsilon sub 0 man. So you have this one. And epsilon sub 0 is 8.854 times 10 to the negative 12 coulomb squared per Newton meter squared. So you have to memorize this number sa gihapon kay on the later part I think murag mo gawas sa gyapon ni siya nga problem or nga constant gyapon. This is now what we call the permittivity of free space or permittivity of vacuum. So kani siya nga value. Maliktaan ni nga part aning sa drawing nato dani. So you have Q2 here, siya ang gitagaan sa force. So ang force is naa sa iyang location and then since repulsive man siya so mo nang away from our Q1, away from Q1 kibali. So but take note that all all interactions obey Newton's third law of motion that for every action there's always an equal but opposite nga reaction. So if we have F1 on 2, then we have also F2 on 1 with now 2 being the source charge and 1 being the test charge. So similarly, ang mahitabo na karon if we have Q2 as our source and F1 Q1 as our test charge, karon ituklod bang gyapon ni Q2 si Q1 sad. So ang ato na pong direction sa atong F2 on 1 karon is padulong sad diadto sa right left side kibalik. So mo ni siya nga scenario nato. Na another example at okay, for example sad kani notice ha nga ay ayon na kay jud ni imay ang direction nato sa R hat. Basta ang point lang is katong giingon nako nga kanang sani kung repulsion away from the charges, kung attraction towards the center sa duha ka charges na to. So the same ra gyapon, we have this one kana. And then for attraction between the forces, so same gyapon. Q1 being our source and Q2 being our charge. So we see here that we have F1 on 2 which is now pa inward and F2 on one side which is pa pa left ang F1 on 2 ganina and then karon po ang F2 on 1 na to karon would be pa right. So just remember that one. So remember that the equation nga Q sub 0 over R squared is only applicable to point charges. So motong gingon nga if the dimension of the charges is very small enough nga very small enough, then treat that one as simply a point or just a simple as particle lang and then valid ra ang equation na to nga KQ sub 0 over R squared. Okay. So notice nga kani nga equation, this is also almost similar to the equation sa katong universal law of gravitation ni Newton ni Newton. So kani nga equation. So notice of the similarity sa equation. So we have some constant G here. We have M1 and M2 masses of mass 1 and mass 2. But for column, we have instead of mass, we have the charges Q1 and Q2. But still, any force or any interaction nato, I think it's very obvious or it's a common sense siya nga ang force of interaction nato between two objects would always be decreasing, magka-decrease per minute if ang objects kay magkalayo. So mo nang regardless pa whether it's Newton's gravitational universal law of gravitation or even sa Coulomb's law ni sa electric force ni Coulomb, we'll notice nga the F here, the forces are both inversely proportional to the square of the distances between the interacting objects, kibali, or interacting particles. Yan. Okay. Now, kato ganina sa tong example na to ganina, we only have there nga kanang sa ito gani, duha lang ka charges. But in reality po, there could be there could there's a possibility sad nga there are more than two charges nga nag-interact. So, if that is the case karon nga there are several charges interacting, then we can do the superposition of electric forces. So when we say superposition, it simply means to say we can add up the forces acted on our test charge by the other source charges nato. For example, dani nga case, uh, we have Q1 and Q2 which acts on our Q sub 0. So since Q1 and Q0 are positive, it is repulsive. So meaning to say nata F1 nga padulong dito, and then Q sub 0 and Q2 are opposite man. So F2 would be attracted towards kuan. I mean ang F2 is directed towards Q2. So ang equation nato dana is F1 plus F2 na siya. I-add lang nato. We have another F2 charge na pod, again for example kana, so mo idugang lang. So superposition meaning to say i-vector sum. So vector sum na to ha. So kung yung tag vector sum na adjud tay components nga x, y, and z, ibali. So just it's similar to what we did in chapter 3, katong nag-Newton's law ta nga summation of forces along x and summation of forces along y axis ang buhaton nato. Even in case there are several forces nga mag-act sa isa ka charge nato. So mo na siyang idea. Okay. Let's also discuss now what is an electric field. So, for example, here, consider now two materials, object A and object B. So, assuming that both materials are positively charged, the force of interaction would be repulsive. So, kabalitan nga repulsive. Now, ang pangutana na to karon is that how does each material or how does each charge object exert force on the other object even without direct contact. So, ginaunsa man nila pag exert of force sa kada usa maskin wala sila direct na contact. So, in other words, sad, how does each charges or katupong gitagaan og charge, ginaunsa pud niya pag-experience sa force nga gihatag sa isa ka charge if wala og gyapon sila direct contact. So, to answer this one, we have the idea of the idea of the electric field. So, electric charge or each charge material produces or causes what we call an electric field. So, for example, atong balikod si object A. Si object A, at any point near or within its vicinity, na siya ma-create nga electric field. So, for example, si at point 1, na siya electric field yan na. At point 2 nagyapon siya electric field, and even at point 3 naa siya electric field karon. And because of that electric field nga iyang na-create around sa iyang space, mao na din na siya ang murag mahimong medium karon nga murag ma-communicate or makahatag siya og force sa other charge nga naa pod ato nga mga locations kibali. So since charge A, body A carries charge, it produces an electric field at any point, motong ingon ganina, it produces an any point around its space, kibali. And this electric field would modify the properties of the space around it. Then, if we have, for example, if ako to ibalik si object B ganina, si object B kay gibutang man ako sa point 2 ganina initially. So that means say the electric field at point 2 would now allow point A to sanang exert force on charge B kibali. So the charge body B placed at any point would now sense the space has been modified. So mo to makasense siya nga na-modify ang space due to the electric field by A. B experience the force FA on B exerted by body A on body B. Ibalik. So similarly sad, for example, balik yapon ta, ang B side, si object B, it also creates electric field around its space. So na siya ma-create yapon at any point around sa iyang surrounding. And katupod nga field nga iyang maka-create, it also modifies the properties of space around it. And because of that, when we place our object A ganina, which is now located again at point 2, mangyapon na to siya with respect sa atong kwan. So because of that, ang si point A, si charge A, ma-sense niya how the space has been modified at that location. And kana, due to the electric field of B, A experiences the force FB on A, which is exerted by B towards on body A na dayon. So mo na ang idea na to sa electric field. So mura siya ang murag hatag og way nga kaan maka not really sorry for the word sa murag maka-interact ya kana murag maka-interact ang duha nato ka objects nato. So, moto siya ha, again, the electric field produced by both charge A and B, or bodies A and B, is the intermediary through which they communicate their own presence to each other. So, mani ang murag correct term. The field produces by each of the bodies are the intermediary or medium through which they communicate their own presence to each other. It's like, try to imagine a situation in which you are in a dark room and then, of course, nakay-kauban. It's a very dark room. So the only way that you could know there's a presence of the other person around you is that when they speak or musulti sila. So musulti sila, di ba? Nakimadunggan. So meaning to say, makasense ka nga, sila dapita. So nakay response nga mahatag kay kabalo makaamurag sila dapita. So murag ang idea sa electric field is like that one. Murag ito ang sa idea sa dark room murag ang imong speaking voice is murag mo consider nato nga kuan electric field kibali you will know the presence of the other person around your space uh, tungod sa atong ilang speaking voice. So for me lang ha, that's how I visualize electric field or matagano ka ng simple analogy ang electric field with the electric force bali. Okay, so electric force on a charged body is exerted by the electric field of another body or another source charge bali. So again the electric force on a charged body is exerted by the electric field gi-create sa another charge bali. So always tanang charge kay mag-create man na sila og electric field jud. So for example, di ani nga case karon ang A ang atong source kay ang A, ang atong test charge kay ang B. So natay electric field ni A, natay electric field ni A, ang tungod sa electric field ni A, mahatagan na to og force si B, ibali. So man nga idea. Similarly, if we say for example, if ang atong source kay ang B and then ang atong test charge kay si A, so meaning to say si B mag-create og electric field and then katong nga electric field mao na dayto ang mo-exert og force kang A na dayon. So mo na siya. And uh, the electric field mathematically is defined as the electric force per unit charge, which is experienced by the test charge at a certain point. So E is equal to FO over Q sub zero, or FO here is ang force na ma-experience in Q sub zero, our source at test charge. Yan ha. So from the equation side, we know here, since ang force na to is Newton, then our electric field is in the unit of Newton per coulomb. So from the equation side, we can also see nga ang force nato is equal to Q sub zero times electric field. And this equation is valid maskin pag dili point charge ang atong gina-consider. Kaning F sub zero equals Q sub zero times electric. Sorry, my bad. Again, valid if again your Q sub zero is test charge na siya. So you have Q sub zero is a test charge. So regardless pag ang imong electric field nga na-create is not necessarily a test charge. So you have F sub zero is equal to dili siya point charge rather. So okay, kani nga equation ang napasabot kaning E is equal to F sub zero over Q sub zero. This is for applicable only to point charge na siya. And here, notice that if a test charge is positive, the electric force is in the same direction as the electric field. So I do not think if it is really this important. So ikuan lang ni siya, i-remember lang ni siya. If ang test charge daw, ang gitagaan na to sa force kay positive nga charge, then same ang direction sa F o sa electric field nga nasa yung location. Or I mean, same ang direction sa iyong ang sa force nga natad sa iya ug sa electric field sa iyang location. If the test charge is negative, the electric force is opposite to the direction of the electric field. So, for example, kani siya nga case. So, opposite ang ilahang direction. So, anyway, I will not kanang kuan uh, provide too much detail on that. So, ang idea lang ha is that kung natay positive nga charge, the electric field always points away from the charge. So, mo na i-remember. So, anyway, you can pause for the video para murag i-identify sabton lang tong murag i-point out nako ganina nga if ang test charge daw kay positive, then it the force and the electric field is in the same direction. Similarly sad, ang atong if ang atong source charge kay negative, okay, remember ang if ang source charge positive, ang electric field is always pointing out away from the charge. And if you have a charge which is a negative, the electric field it created would always be towards itself. So padulong inward gibali. So kana siya na case. So kana siya. So just try to pause this video if you wanted to really understand the point nga katong gingon ako. If this is a test charge here, kaning ka test charge, so tungod sa electric field aning isa o kaning isa dianhi, sa imo lang direction sa imong F o sa imong electric field. So take note ang electric field karon sa imong dani nga point is padulong sa right, diri pud sa iya ha is padulong gyapon sa right gyapon. That's why same ang direction. Similarly sad for if our charge is negative, mao pud ni ang ato ang kuan, ang iyahang direction. Opposite ang imuhang electric force sa imuhang electric field. So kana siya. Okay? So kana nga po from remember that the electric field of a point charge can is always there or naa jud na siya even without test charge. So maski wala tay test charge dana, it is always there as long as natay charge kana nga charge mag-create jud na siya perminti og electric field. So if we would just wanted to know kung pila ang na-create nga electric field ana nga charge, there's no need for us to calculate it for the force. Then ang atong buhaton is that we have this equation, remember? From the equation of the katong kuan nato, kato bitong F is equal to Q times E, or simply kato mismong E is equal to FO over Q sub 0. So if we substitute the equation for our Coulomb's law, katong K Q sub 0 over R squared, o then i-over din nato siya sa Q sub 0. So ma-cancel ang atong Q sub 0, ang atong test charge, ang mabilin is ang atong source charge, ang atong Q nato. So the electric field is now then equal to K times Q over R squared R hat na dayon. Again, ang Q nato is ang atong source charge which produces the field. Ang atong R is ang distance to the field point. So take note, it's not the distance to the field point. It's not necessarily the distance to the charge to the other charge. It would only be a distance to another charge if that field point has a charge located on it. So mora na may tabo sa atong R na to. And then again, ang R na to is from the source to the field point. So, dili na from the source to the test charge kibalik. Similarly, we also have the superposition of electric fields gihapon. So just as I've discussed ganina, for example, if there are several forces acting on a single test charge, we can always add the electric force. And since every electric force is Q times E raman gihapon, and for example, in this case, if we will just only consider one test charge in this case. So meaning to say we can factor out Q sub 0 in every equation and then add up all the electric fields, add electric fields produced by the other uh, source charges around the Q sub 0 or the test charge. So meaning to say, ang total, kung walaon to na ko si test charge ganina, ang net na tong electric field is simply again the sum of all the electric fields na to. So E1 plus E2 plus E sub n na dayon. Okay, so electric field lines, by the way, we cannot see this directly, but these are just imaginary line or curve used to visualize the concept of an electric field drawn to a region of space such that its tangent at any point indicates the direction of the electric field vector. So for a positive and a negative na charge, the field lines are always concentric circles. So, or no, sorry for the word. It's not concentric circles, but it is concentric sphere. So, kani mo man yang ato ang kuan, mo man yang ato ang electric field. So, ang atong field lines karon is pa ning ani na din siya. So, kani atay field, sorry, my bad. My bad. Sorry. Sa I think there's a mistake here such that tangent to indicate the direction of the field vector. Okay. So unique direction. Okay, I think parang na mistake daan ha. Sa akong I think this is not the mm, mm, basta just remember the one that I pointed out a while ago nga ang electric field sa positive charge is outward and the electric field for a negative charge is inward. So just also follow this one, this kaning mga gipang mention ako dani closer field lines meanings to say stronger ang electric field ng region. Yeah, sakto di ay. Sakto di ay. Kaning murag kami itong mga dash lines dyan nga akong gina-emphasize sa drawing. These are now our field lines na to. So these are our field lines. So di ba remember from the equation nga k q over r squared, the closer the R to the charge, the greater the value of our E kay inversely proportional man. So atong gingon ni closer field lines means a stronger electric field. So as you notice ang mga dash lines, mas duol ang mga dash lines than hinga portion. And as they get farther away, ang mga dash lines karon kay nagkalayo na, then that means na weaker na dayon ang imong electric field. Okay. So electric field also never intersect. So it has a unique direction per winding. So similarly sad, for if we have an electric dipole, so when we say dipole, by the way, these are two equal and opposite charges. So for example, ani ang ato ang kwan, ang ato ang electric field lines nga ma-create ani kay ning ani man ang ma-form pud nato nga field or electric field nga direction nato. So this is the situation if we have an electric dipole. And then if we have two equal and same charge, same value, kanisad. So somehow na-avoid na part sa ato ang space na wala dili mag, di ba remember, dili mag-intersect ang ato ang electric field lines nato. So kana danha part. So for a negative na charge, you would also observe the same behavior gyapon. So ana pud ang makuha nato. So kana gyapon ang makuha nato nga behavior for a negative na charge. Okay, so di na nato ni-discuss din charge distribution, although this is particularly kanang kuan ni siya kanang integral. So somehow matong gingon katong equation nato nga kq over r squared is only applicable to point charge. If it's not a point charge, for example, na dimension jud ang imong charge nga object, then the equation becomes the integral of the charge, the integral of that equation kibali so murag integral. In other words, you would have to add all the charges in that material to determine kung pila ang total field na ma-create atong tanang charges nga nasa isa ka material. Okay, so kana lang siya. So I think no need na. Okay, no need na na. Ano na. Dito na din ta sa atong examples. Let's proceed with the examples on electric force. So let's go directly to our equation. So for example here, we have here calculate the magnitude and direction of the electric force that charge Q1 equals 1 nanocoulomb at x equals 2 centimeter exerts on another charge which is Q2, and that Q2 is negative 3 nanocoulomb located at x equals 5 centimeter. And on here, by the way, I am changing here the location of our Q2. So Q2 is first is located at 5 centimeter, and then somehow gi-change po na to. What if ang Q2 daw kay initially nasa 5, and then ang ikaduha nga situation is what if Q2 is now at negative 2.5 centimeter. So first, Q1 is given, and this is now located at this point. For example, kani siya, so nasa sa x-axis, and then Q2 is now negative 3 nanocoulomb. In letter A, the first situation is that Q2 is just along the same axis. So nasa x-axis gyapon si Q2. So kabalo naman taon sa interaction ani nila, this would be definitely positive, I mean attractive nga uh, interaction or attractive nga force. So kana siya. Muna atong letter A nga location. Ang letter B na tong location is that atong gibalhin si Q2 from this point to this point here. So na siya diani karon sa Y, which is a negative 2.5. So the question is, what would be the magnitude and the direction of the electric force that Q1 exerts on our Q2. So Q1 here is our kuan ang Q1 nato dali is ang ato ang sini ang atong source charge and ang atong Q2 karon is ang atong test charge kibali. So we'll be just using the equation for the Coulomb's law atong KQ Q sub 0 over R squared. So here we change this one to Q1 Q2 over R squared, with Q1 being our source and Q2 being our test charge. So with that one, for example, the anhinga case, so we know here na directly ato na lang i-substitute dana. So dani, take note nga what I'm doing here is that gibutangan ako absolute value ang Q1 Q2 kay ang ato lang sang kwaon danhi is simply the magnitude. Somehow murag atong gibuhat danhi bitaw kay ah tan-awon lang nato ang drawing kung aha padulong ang attractive force between nila. So kana puwede ra sa nato puwede ra nato tantangon ang negative sa ato ang mga charges. So mag-magnitude lang sa ta, ang iyang positive nga value lang sa atong kwaon. So you have the value of K nga 9 times 10 to the 9. And our Q1, which is, remember, positive, so 1 times 10 to the negative 9, 1 nanocoulomb. And our Q2 is negative 3. But as I've said, since this is just the magnitude, we can simply disregard first the negative sign diyan eh. And ang atong R diyan eh is not either 5 or 2, but rather, remember, R is defined as the separation distance. So that means say from 2 centimeter to 5 centimeter, minus na nato ng distance, and that is now 3 centimeter. So from that, by calculating, our F1 on 2 is now 3 times 10 to the negative 5 Newton. So kana ang ato ang F1 on 2. But if we look at on the drawing, di ba remember kinsa ato ang source charge dani si Q1. So si Q1 man atong source charge, ang atong tagaan sa force si Q2. So ang atong drawing karon sa force is naa kang Q2. But dito kung mag-start kang Q2 sa drawing nimo kay siya man ang gitagaan. Pero kay attractive man ang force, ang atong expected nga direction dani is padulong kang Q1, which is now negative. So meaning to say, our F1 on 2 would now be negative 3 times 10 to the negative 5 Newton I hat. Okay, or 3 times 10 to the 3 times 10 to the negative 5 Newton on the negative x-axis. So similarly said, if we analyze it by Newton's third law of motion, our F2 on 1 would have the same value but to the right. So padulong sa right ang imong direction sa F2 on 1. Okay, next. If we have Q2, which is now change on the y-axis, notice that as we change the direction, the location of Q2, it is not now on the same axis. Wala na sa same axis. What we now form is that a diagonal na karon di ani. And also another thing is that we can also see nga since natay diagonal, we could always relate it to our Pythagorean theorem or right triangle nato dianhi. So anyway, ayaw lang kay na-imine ang akong gibutan dianhi nga kuan sa ni siya ah, equation. So ato lang i-follow para di ra kay mo maglibog ato lang i-follow ang kaning katong kuan. I-magnitude lang jud nato siya daan. So kung ayaw sa ni i-mining r hat nato dianhi kaning r hat nga r vector over magnitude r, ayaw sa na i-mine da nga part. So ang atuwa lang dianhi karon is that karon okay. So dianhi ayaw sa ni-mine diri nga portion na again. My bad. I apologize for this part here kay wala na ko ni gi-edit nga part. So we'll just focus on the part nga kaning nga taman lang dianhi. Wala ni labot ning 0.02 ay negative I hat and 0.025 negative J hat. So danhi lang nga part kani kwaon na sa nato atong magnitude dianhi. Kwaon na nato atong magnitude nga kani nga value nga kaning K Q1 Q2 over R squared. So we can get the magnitude from that. And here again sad. So notice sad nga ang atong R is ang separation distance man between this one, Q1 and Q2. So our R here is simply equal to the square root of x squared plus y squared. So we have 2 and we have 2.5. So that means to say kani ang ato ang kuan. So you try to calculate that one. How dire ako ra man plug in diretso sa akong sa discussion nako. But you can always calculate it first before you plug in diri sa equation. So again, ayaw sa ni-mind diri nga portion. So what we can then obtain is that we have here somehow sorry, uh, kani nga value danhi natay makuha diri nga magnitude nga kanish siya kani nga magnitude ang atong makuha, sorry kani siya, yeah, kani ang atong makuha nga magnitude kung ato lang tong i-multiply tong kadabitong taman lang diani sa kaning part sa diri wala nilabit ng 0.02 o 0.025. Ang atong makuha nga value diana is kaning naka-highlight nako dani nga 2.63 times 10 to the negative 5 newtons diyan ha. But ang munang medyo complicated kay diri nga portion sa akong pagkakita diyan kay remember unlike in the previous nga example that the two charges are only on the same line, the same axis, karon ang imong duha ka charges are not on the same axis. So meaning to say ang atong direction is not just a simple to the right or to the left, upward or downward. But somehow we have an angle that will be measured from the x axis or from the y axis baka ha. So kani mo lang ni atong nakuha nga value again ha, if we try to calculate it using up until the katong magnitude nga equation nga k q1 q2 over r squared, will definitely get the value nga 2.63 times 10 to the negative 5 kana siya. But now, eh, di ba, kung mingon ta og kanang kon sa equation nato, okay, kanidi ani nga part. So, ang atong equation manggod karon sa tangent sa atong theta, angle nato is di ba kay force man ta, so nadyo tay fy og fx. So nadyo tay fy og fx. And remember nga ang atong fy ug atong fx karon kung balikon nato tong idea sa una sa chapter 1 nato, 'di ba ang y is always somehow if our angle is measured from the x-axis, then your y component would be in terms of sine and your x component is just in terms of cosine. So with that one, makita na to karon nga kani okay, at least kani wang makita na to diri ang angle karon man na natay angle. Pero ang kung mingon tag fy, that means to say fy is equal to f sine theta and then your fx is equal to f cosine theta. So remember ha again, try to imagine again fy is equal to f sine theta and then ang fx kay f cosine theta. So since parehas man sila nga na f which is katong value na to nga kaning 2.63, cancel out ang f nato. Ang mabilin lang sa kanyo sa sulod sa tong equation is sine theta over cosine theta. But how do we define sine and cosine gani? Sine is equal to opposite over adjacent, and then you have sana ang cosine which is adjacent, sorry, sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, and you have cosine which is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, since ang ato ang force karon kay naa ra man siya along sa ato ang line of motion niya, which is ang hypotenuse nato karon. So pasabot nga ang ato ang opposite ug ang atong adjacent diri nga value sa force is somehow just kanang a fraction or similar, murag natay similar triangles diani sa ato ang force ug sa atong x ug y sa atong dimensions nato. So ang remember kung tanaw nato di ba, ang kaning atong theta mo man atong theta which is same as the theta here, a portion. So ang opposite niya is ang y axis sa gyapon, ang yang adjacent is the x axis. So kanadan ha. So mao tong kung inyong try to calculate ha, kani kay kanina solve man nato nakuha man nato ning 2.06 ug 1.65 using sa katong unit vector nga idea nato ganina kana siya. Pero if you just use the value of your kuan kanang sani mao tong gigingon ganina nga f f sin theta and f cosine theta, ang sin theta nato mapulihan ang sin theta nato sa numerator mapulihan nato og x over r. Ang ato pong sorry, ang sin theta mapulihan nato og y over r. Ang cosine theta po nato is mapulihan og x over r. And since both the numerator og denominator kay naa may all over r, makansel ang over r, ang mabilin lang is ang y over x na dayon. So if you plug in instead of 2 kaning 2.06 ug 1.65, if you plug in 2.5 over 2 here, our answer would still be this one. We have 51.3 degrees north of east. So this is north of east. Kaya remember, ang atong gipangita is ang direction karon ni kuan. Anong north of east ni? Kay remember, F1 on 2 man. So gibira ni 1 si 2 kay attractive man. So kung tanaw na to, since si 2 kay naa dring as Q1 naa diyan si Q2 naa diyan ha. So ang direction sa tong arrow is padulong didto nga quadrant, which is now quadrant number 1. So that's why we have north of east, or from the positive x-axis to the negative y-axis. Ibali. So kana siya ang ato ang kuwanda na. So our answer here again is 2.63 times 10 to the negative 5 times Newton, and you have 51.3 degrees north of east. So if you, by the way, if you have any clarification on this part, you can simply you can ask me through the GC if you have a clarification. I think it might sound na confusing kaya akong pag-discuss di ani nga part. So you can na if you were not able to follow sa katong gi-mention akong process ganina, you can PM or you can chat sa GC for a more kuan kanang handwritten nga solution on that part nato para at least murag matagaan na to justification nga nung kani nga solution nga ipakita nako is just the same as we will use nga 2.5 over 2 sa atong equation nato. So siguro tagaan lang po nato ni gamay nga kanang simplification nganong murag ning-ani na siya. So kani po diani nganong giningani nako ni og kanang case sana discussion kay murag mao man gud ako naandan nga practice sa una, so murag wala na ko na, as you can see, this is already this is my PPT pa sa USTP pa ko gatudlo. So you will notice nga taud na pud ni siya. So uh, di anhi kani sa atong equation sa r hat unit vector man na siya. And remember 'di ba, when we define vector, a vector is always magnitude times direction. So mo nang natag diri kani r magnitude and direction. Magnitude and direction kay bali. But in our chapter 1 sa 'di ba, if you do remember, r the vector r can be represented by its component and the unit vector of that component kay bali. So mo nang natay xi hat dan ha plus y j hat. So, di anhi, so kung ato lang ning ikuan kay ang atong r kay r magnitude r times r hat man, kung pauna ko ang r hat di anhi, mo nang ang equation sa r hat is vector r over r. Mo ni siya, mo nang r hat is napulihan ani. Gikan man ni ani nga equation r vector is equal to r times r hat. So kung r hat ang ipabilin, manaog si r sa pikas. So mo nang kanindaan nga part na dayon. So mo nang manotice po ninyo nga r squared og times r na r cube na din ang equation. Ang mabilin is ang kaning xi hat plus yj hat. And how do we determine what value should we input here? Ang x ug y katurag yapong location nga ang atong gamiton. However, in terms of whether your j hat or I hat is positive, just remember katong gi-mention ako ganina sa discussion nga ang r hat is always from the source charge. So ang atong source charge karon kay ang positive Q1 man. So kung tanaw na to, ang atong r hat is padulong sa Q2, which is ang arrow na to padulong, it's on quadrant number 3. That is why in this illustration here, or in this diagram, or in this equation, I write here negative I hat and negative j hat instead of positive positive. Kay ang r hat na to is a unit vector man pointing from the source charge. So we have to identify whether it's positive. The components of the individual component, the the unit vector along x and y must be identified whether it's positive or negative gyapon. But in terms of the x and y, katulad gyapon ng distances nila gyapon. nagrepresent sa ilang distance nila nga gigamit nato diri sa kaning R nato nga equation. So murag jud siya nga process, it's just up to you kung unsa jud ang kuan ang gamiton nato nga kuan nga value yan ha. Or I mean it's up to you kung unsa nga process ang feeling ninyo mas convenient, either kani nga way nga akong gibuhat di anhi or katong una nako gi-discuss ganina nga murag kwaon lang sa ang magnitude and then kuan katong isa, kuan lang ang imong kuan. But remember nga katupod siya nga equation nga ningon ko nga ang sign ang theta nato kay y over x lang, katong y over x, that is only possible lang sad if there are only two charges involved. So mo nang gining-ani pud nako ni siya nga presentation dianhi kay possible naman gud tong y over x lang ang equation if there are only two charges involved. But if there are katong ingon ako there are a lot of charges katong ingon ako nga superposition principle, so mahulog jud siya nga this will not be directly converted to y over x, simple y over x nga equation dan ha. So kana siya. So similarly sad, if we are to understand or if we are to analyze using Newton's third law, the force exerted by 2 on 1 would still have the same magnitude of 2.63 times 10 to the negative 5, but this would be directed south of west na dayon. So si Q2 na pud ang namira kang Q1 paubos. So mo nang ana pud siya ang result nato. Let's have another one. Okay, consider a dipole. Consider an electric dipole having a magnitude of 4.50 microcoulomb located on the y-axis with its positive charge at y equals 0 and the negative charge at y equals 10 meters. So if the electric dipole exerts, wait lang, ayaw lang ni siya kay medyo complicated ni siya. Ay, not really complicated but ayaw lang. Let's just find another example nga murag mas useful sa inyo. Okay, let me check if this one is okay, what is okay, ano yun, at least ka electric field ka dyan eh. Okay, so let's try this one. A point charge of negative 8.25 nanocoulomb is located at the origin. Find the magnitude and the direction of the electric field due to this charge at the following field points. In letter A, we have at point negative 33 millimeters, at x equals negative 33 millimeters, and then point B, whose coordinates are negative 33 millimeters and y equals 18 millimeters. So again, what are our situation here is that we have a point charge Q here. This is now located at the origin. This is now negative 8.25 nanocoulomb. This is at the origin again. Then, ang atong gusto dani first natong kwaon gusto na to ma-solve dani for letter A and letter B is what is the magnitude and the direction of the electric field. So electric field lang ha. So meaning to say, if na ako electric field karon so what if kana siya kani diri nga point. So sorry, this should be some murag na ni error sa kaning atong image, akong image nga nagamit ani. This is simply a dot lang na siya dira nga part indicating this is point A. So at point A nga negative 33 millimeters, kung sa electric field, pila ang electric field strength nga ma-create ni Q dianha. And then ang ikaduha pud is that at point B, our point B is now at same ra gyapon nga x but natay value karon sa y nga 18. So meaning to say the intersection of the x negative 33 and y 18. So kani diri nga point kibali. So what would be the electric field na pud niya dianha karon at this point at point B. And then letter C is that what is the magnitude and the direction of the electric force if we have a test charge nga negative 12 nanocoulomb gibutang nato on each of these locations. So first, we have gibutang nato si Q sub 0 karon diri sa point A, pila ang ato ang force, pila ang force nga madawat niya gikan kang Q. And then or tungod sa electric field ni Q at that point. And then sa kaduha gyapon is that if ato siyang i-transfer na pud si Q sub 0 karon sa point B, pila naman pud ang electric field electric force ngayang ma-experience because of our electric field ni Q at that point. So for this problem, so since electric field man ang una nato gipangita, we can use the equation. Remember, as mentioned ako ganina, the electric field can we can still calculate the value of the electric field even if wala tay other charge or isa lang ka charge ang naa. Kaya remember, every electric charge would always produce an electric field around its space kibali. And that's given with the equation of KQ over R squared. So again, R hat is still the unit vector gihapon nato dani. So mamo na tong point A karon. So unsa gitong gingon ako ganina sa inyo ha nga ang direction nato sa atong electric field for a positive charge is outward, and then for a negative charge, it is inward. So, karon dani, ayun na na-remind ang RA nato diyan ha. Ang point is, again, we can still calculate the magnitude gihapon. Ayaw sa na-remind ning negative nato diyan nga case diyan ha. And again, wala apoy tay negative daan kay magnitude lang ha, pwede na to wala dyan ang sign sa nato. So mag-magnitude lang sa ta, KQ over R squared lang. So ang atong makuha is kani nga value unta, kay 6.82 times 10 to the negative 4 Newton per coulomb. But remember, since our charge is negative, the electric field at point A, which is now point A is to the left of Q. So that means say, para ang electric field na to is pointing away pointing towards Q, it should be directed to the right. So, mo nang diri pod makita na to nga negative times negative is still positive gyapon. Ang kanilang mag-una kong i-explain karon, this is on the idea nga kuha lang ta sa magnitude, and by the drawing ato din i-define na it should be to the right, kay it would point towards Q man. And since your uh, point A is to the left of Q, negative Q, then it should point towards right or towards positive x-axis ang electric field yan ha. Similarly, at for the second na point, at point B, you have x equals negative 33 and y equals 18 millimeters. So, kaning nagyapon tayo r hat gani, the same nagyapon ka idea na to sa tong r hat. So, kato kong gi-explain ganina nga ang r hat na to kay xi hat plus yj hat all over r gyapon. You can still use that one. Similarly, kung atong analyzon, sa ikaduha na to, kaninga part karon, ang atong R nato sa point B is padulong sa second quadrant. That means to say sa equation nato danhi, ang atong I hat is negative, ang atong J hat kay positive. Kay padulong man sa second quadrant. So kana mo nang idea kung magding anit ta. So mo nang kung kani by the way ang atong dapat bantay ilhanan. Kung dili gani ta mag-determine sa direction sa atong angle by drawing analysis, sa atong equation sa electric field ug sa electric force nato, i-input nato ang signs sa atong Q. So ato yung i-input na kung dili ta mag direction analysis sa through drawing, ato yung i-input ang kanang signs sa imong Q ug sa Q1 ug Q2 for both the electric field and the electric force nga calculation. But if we can simply kanang analyze the direction in terms of drawing, in terms of kanang sa pag-set up lang mismo, pwede rin nato walaon ang negative sa atong pag-solve sa electric field or sa electric force nga magnitude nila. So pwede rin nato walaon. So for example lang, dani ato lang sa tagaan og kanang example. So ang atong R gihapon nato diani is simply by Pythagorean theorem, you have 33 along the x and 18 millimeters along the y-axis. So with that one, somehow kani siya atong makuha. Just try to pause the video if you can, if you want to understand this process. So kana siya. So as you see in this case, gi-negative lang jud ako ni diri nga part kay naamo ko unit vector nga gi-appeal gud sa equation. So na ko negative. And since lahi man unit vector ang atong I ug ang kuan j, kani nga term di anhi, once we get this value here, which is mo maning negative 1.40 times 10 to the negative 6, ato ning i-multiply separately sa kaning naka I hat ug sa naka j hat, yielding to these two values here. You have 4.61 and 2.52. Now notice ha, nga 'di ba, ang atong Q is negative, and then ningon ko ganina nga ang atong R hat nato is negative X and positive Y. So negative times negative on the positive, so on the X becomes positive, and negative times positive on the Y becomes negative na pud siya. Which is kung atong analyzon po 'di ba, ang point B is kanina dali siya nga part, and ang iyang electric field kay towards Q man, so murag naa tay pa quadrant 4 nga direksyon sa atong electric field, positive nga X and negative nga Y, ibali. So again, using this equation mo na itong makuha, and then ang atong answer karon for point B karon for the, so motong ingon ganina kana ang electric field is padulong sa quadrant number 4, downward siya to the right. Unang natay positive nga X and negative nga Y. So from in continuation, ang atong makuha nga electric field karon is kani nga value, you have 5.25 times 10 to the 4 Newton meter. And by, again, by calculation of the angle, ng atong inverse tangent of, in this case, kay electric field man, so this is simply EY over EX. So that means to say this is now kani nga value 28.6 south of east. So from the positive, or simply from the positive x-axis to the negative y-axis. So kani siya. So another way to solve this one is katong gibuhat na pareha sa katong gibuhat nato. Una natong gibuhat sa previous nga problem nga gikuha lang nato ang magnitude. So kung ako tong i-follow tong equation nga k q r squared kana siya, hamon to nga part anhi. So naman tama i-solve niya, i-try gyud ni solve bilang r squared anhi. Ang r nato ni ay using the equation ng katong Pythagorean theorem nga 33 times 10 to the negative 3 meters squared plus 18 times 10 to the negative 3 meters squared. Then ang square root ana mo to inyong values inyong r. So if ato lang i-substitute kay katong aning k nato, and then ang positive value sa ato ang 8.25 kana, and divided by r squared sa atong value aning r nato, ang direct nato nga makuha is kaning 5.25 times 10 to the negative 5.25 times 10 to the 4. So kani siya atong makuha diyan na diretso. Pero kay magnitude and direction mo atong ipangita karon from the equation gyapon nga kaning EY over EX, same sa kung ingon ganina nga ang EY nato is E sin theta, and EX is equal to E cosine theta. And with that, since ang ato ang cosine og ang sine nato kay gi-define naman natong gingon ako ganina nga y over r for sine, and x over r for cosine, then ang equation gyapon nato dani is simply y over x. Or in other words, you have 18 millimeters or 0.018 divided by uh, 0.033, or 18 over 33 is even correct lagi hapon. So which still gives us this value nga 28.6 degrees south of east gyapon. And similarly, kani nga simple process nga akong gi-mention, this is also possible lagi hapon if there's only one charge nga gikuhaan na to electric field. For several point charges nga kuhaan na to electric field at some point, at one point, then the equation nga y over x for the direction is not valid. It should be ey over ex, or the summation of ey and summation of ex na pud siya. So mo na ang difference lang sa atong equation. Okay. Okay, so notice by the way nga dianhi makita man nato nga ang point B is really much farther na karon sa ato ang point 33, sa atong 33 millimeters nato, or sa point A nato. So you'll notice nga ang value karon sa imong electric field at point A and at point B is that mas dako ang point A kaysa sa point B. And remember, electric field is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. So again, point A is mas duol siya sa charge kaysa sa point B. Mo nang mas dako ang yang electric field compared sa point B. So karon, if we now place a charge on the test charge on each point, so katura ang kani dere ang kaning equations, letter C, it's simply using we can simply use the equation nga Q sub 0 times E na dayon. That is equal to, in this case, but in this case sa kaning equation, Ang aton yung buhaton diyan karon is kato na dayong pagkuan ta, i-input na to apil ang negative or ang sign sa ato ang Q sub zero. So since we have a negative na charge, so meaning to say, 'di ba remember ang EA na to is positive na direction man. So negative times positive na direction, that would be negative nga direction. So if you do remember sa katong giingon pud ako ganina, nga if ang aton test charge kay negative, ang imuhang electric force nga nahatag sa iya ug ang electric field sa iyang location kay opposite og direction. So take note of this one. EA is to the right, but if the force on that charge is to the left. So opposite og direction. Similarly, for letter B at point B, you have Q sub 0 times E gihapon. So you can use the katong equation gihapon nga Q times E gihapon. So remember the negative in a vector always indicates nga it should be opposite of the direction. So since we initially have a direction of south of east, so that means say ang negative na to is mo take effect lang diri sa south of east. So mabali lang siya. And then ang magnitude na to is multiply na to ning Q ug ang atong electric field nato that gives us the force on point B. As the force on Q sub 0 at point B, which is now 6.31 times 10 to the negative 4, but still the same angle ra gyapon, pero it would now be instead of south of east, ang reverse sa south of east, ang opposite sa south of east, which is north of west na dayon. So kana pud siya may tabo. Kana siya nga mahitabo siya dayon. And then similarly sa daha 'di ba ningon ko nga ang ato ang Coulomb's law is again inversely proportional to R squared. So the farther the location of the other charge from the from the charge exerting the force, or the farther the location of the test charge from the source charge, the force is weaker. So notice that the value is 8.418 to the negative 4 times 10 to the negative 4 for point A, which is much closer. And you have a lesser value of 6.31 times 10 to the negative 4 for point B, which is much farther sa Q nato. Okay. So again, take note mo ingon, in both cases nato sa point A and point B, the electric field is opposite to the direction of the force since the test charge that we're using here is negative charge. So if we have a positive charge dani, our answer, or a positive nga kaning same about positive 12 nanocoulomb, the answer would be definitely the same, but ang ato ang sign sa directions, this would still be positive I hat, and this would be south of east gyapon. So if ang atong test charge kay positive, same ang force o ang electric field o direction. Okay, let me check this one if kuan ba ni siya. If this is visible. Let me check lang sa. Let me try to see if we can still find another examples. Okay, yeah, I think we don't have a choice. We have to analyze this one. Okay, at least para marag makuan nan okay. Mhm, mhm. Ayaw na lang sa siguro. I'll just provide examples, written examples for cases in which we'll have kuan more than two interacting charges. Kay in reality or even sa inyo as being engineers or engineering students, you're not limited to kuan two charges jud. So most likely you'll be given a lot of charges for your quizzes or for your exams. So kato lang sa for the meantime. So this is still the part one. So later I will upload part two. Sad. So okay.